Be two-leveled. Rosie the Pink Bird's Journey. It is made by Storyteller in Languages. Once upon a time, in a tall tree at the edge of a beautiful forest, there lived a little pink bird named Rosie. Her feathers were soft and a light shade of pink, like the glow of the morning sun. Rosie was happy. She lived in a cozy nest with her family. Every day she would sing sweet songs, fly through the trees, and play with her siblings. The world seemed full of warmth and safety. But one summer, a terrible storm arrived without warning. The sky grew dark, and the wind howled through the trees. The branches swayed, and the rain fell in heavy sheets. Rosie clung to the branches of her tree, holding tightly to her nest. But the wind was too strong. In an instant, her nest was blown away, disappearing into the night. Rosie was left alone, feeling small and scared. For the first time, she realized that her home was gone. She flew through the storm, searching desperately for her nest that had once been hers. The storm raged on, and no matter how far she flew, she could not find it. Rosie was heartbroken, but she knew she couldn't give up. She had to find a new place to live. The next few days were difficult. Rosie flew through the forest, over rivers, and across fields, hoping to find a new home. She visited many trees, but none felt right. Each one seemed empty and unfamiliar. Rosie found small places to rest, like hollow logs and bushes, but none of them gave her the sense of safety and love that her old nest had provided. One day, after many days of searching, Rosie found a beautiful garden at the edge of the forest. The garden was filled with bright flowers, sweet-smelling herbs, and a small pond where birds drank. There she met a friendly bluebird named Luna. Luna was kind and welcoming, and when she saw how tired Rosie looked, she said, "You like you have been through a lot. Come, stay with me for a while. You can rest in my garden." Rosie was grateful for the kindness. She stayed with Luna for a few days, enjoying the peaceful garden. Luna showed her where to find the tasty berries and the safest places to rest. But after some time, Rosie realized although the garden was beautiful, it wasn't her home. She missed her own nest, and she needed to continue her journey. With a heavy heart, Rosie said goodbye to Luna and took flight again, determined to find a place where she truly belonged. She flew across many forests, valleys, and hills, learning more about the world with each passing day. Sometimes she felt lonely, and the world seemed so large and uncertain. But with each new challenge, Rosie grew stronger. Finally, after weeks of flying, Rosie discovered a tall, ancient tree. Its branches were thick and sturdy, and it stood proudly in the middle of a peaceful meadow. This tree was different from all the others she had seen. It felt safe, like it had been waiting for her. Rosie perched on a branch and smiled. This was the place she had been searching for. Rosie spent the next few days building a new nest. She worked carefully, collecting twigs, leaves, and soft moss. Her new nest was not as big as the one she had lost, but it was comfortable and secure. She felt at peace. This was her new home, a place where she could rest, sing, and feel safe again. As the years passed, Rosie met another bird named Max. Max was gentle and kind, and they quickly became close friends. They spent many happy days together, and before long, they built a nest of their own. They raised three beautiful baby birds in their new home, and Rosie loved them more than anything in the world. One evening, when the baby birds were old enough to understand, Rosie gathered them around her in their warm nest. The baby birds looked up at her with curious eyes, eager to hear the story she had promised to share with them. "Children," Rosie began, "I want to tell you the story of how I found this home. When I was young, I lost my nest in a terrible storm. I was scared and lonely, and I didn't know what to do. I flew through the forest, over rivers and mountains, searching for a new home. It was difficult, and sometimes I felt lost, but I didn't give up. I kept flying, and eventually I found this tree." The baby birds listened closely, their little faces full of wonder. "Mama," one of them asked, "did you feel sad when you lost your nest?" Rosie smiled and nodded. "Yes, my dear, I was very sad, but I realized that sometimes life takes things away from us. It might feel like everything is lost, but it doesn't mean we can't find happiness again. I learned that if we are patient, work hard, and never give up, we can always find a way to start over." The baby birds chirped happily, understanding the lesson. Rosie continued, "The most important thing I have learned is that home isn't just a place. It is the love we share, the family we have, and the memories we create. As long as we are together, we will always have a home." The baby birds snuggled closer to their mother, feeling safe and loved. Rosie looked up at the stars in the sky and smiled, knowing that her journey, though difficult, had led her to this beautiful moment with her family. And so, in their warm nest, Rosie and her family lived happily, knowing that no matter what challenges they faced, they would always have each other.